Hi folks, just making a quick video to introduce the layout and just show progress that we've made so far. The layout's actually in my son's bedroom, so it's based on a very simple 8x4 triple loop arrangement with a bit of a station on one end, and as an offshoot on the back of that there's a 7x1 board which we use for the sidings. So at the moment we've got things like a 4-car Pendolino in there and some 4-wagon plus diesels for loco storage. Just going to give a brief outline on why it was designed this way. So it's, as I say, it's in my son's bedroom, so space is limited to some degree, but we'll try to make it as operational as we can. We've put in a working, very old Triangle Hornby Freightliner depot crane, so they can play taking the containers on and off the wagons and putting them onto some trucks that I've got. We've put in a working post office carriage, so we've got the drop off and the pick up point. We've got a small goods set of sidings and platform with put some forklift trucks in there and somewhere for the trucks to be loaded up, and then we've got a small platform at the end which is on radius 3 and 4, so it's still rather curved, so you really do have to mind the gap when you're getting on, especially with the express trains that we seem to like. The gaps can sometimes be over 6 foot. You'd have to leap across to actually climb on board. And on the end, which gives them some scope for playing, we've put a little bit of a roadway, and that feeds off over the back around by the signal box, which we haven't painted up yet. There's a level crossing, so we can have a play with that. So it's triple looped, so it's all DC. So we have 3 controllers. So there's the 2 children and myself, which makes the 3rd one, so we can run a train each while we're playing. All the points that are not on the front part of the layout, so they're not reachable, and they've all been made electric, which is why we've got all the point blocks down here, all the point switches. And we've been trying to make it a little bit more interesting, so I've added some into the yard. We've added some lights, similarly on the goods platforms and also on the passenger platforms. The station building has got some lights. We've got a little Christmas tree at Christmas, which we need to sort out. Some road markings and some fences and stuff like that still need to go in. So it's not ballasted. The main reason being my son has eczema and asthma, so we can't go into things like scatters and ballast, so I've just used cork and painted it up to look a bit like ballast, and we get a lot of operational fun out of it. Still got some areas to deal with. Over in the far corner there's going to be a mountain area or a hilly area over the back of there, so we can put a tunnel in the back there to try and break up the ovalness of the layout. I need to put a back scene together, which I've got the wood for, but I haven't put it up yet, which is where the roadway goes up. So I'm just going to have a retaining wall all the way across, and some sort of warehouse type scenes up at the top there. So again, trying to make it a little bit more interesting. We've put some characters onto the platforms themselves, make it look a little bit more like a station with some comings and goings. So anyway, so it was designed as a train set rather than as a model layout for the two kids to play with, and they're having great fun. And the third kid, that's me, is having great fun with it too. A slightly different view, more ground level from the station end where the roadway is. Looking at the platforms. The sort of little projects that I get up to, taking the son's Eurostar for example. I've just added some LEDs front and rear and in the carriages, and added some passengers in there, so it actually looks like not quite so much of a ghost train anymore. It's illuminated in there. Some simple LEDs and some resistors and a couple of capacitors to try and keep some charge. So it's a DC circuit, not a DCC, so without the capacitors the lights go off when it stops. But with the capacitors in, you can stop it in the platform for a few seconds and the lights will stay on before you depart again. So it really needs a bit of a back scene in order to do this sort of stuff, but that will come in time.